Welcome to Beardy, Bruce Lee Central.
香港嘅男妓特約啦，特約嘅演員就向李小龍挑戰，咁佢就佢嘅意思話佢想見識下截拳道，咁李小龍就話：你落嚟，咁就打咗幾下啦。呢個朋友呢，就俾李小龍踢咗一下，咁就結束啦，好快嘅。
Bruce Lee, the fastest man that ever lived, the man that reached almost superhuman levels of speed and power. We were privileged to witness this man at his peak, but only for a short while before his candle stopped burning. But how strong and fast was Bruce Lee really? This man reached a level that was scary. This man reached a level that was terrifying. Let's now listen to his friends, family, and martial artists talk about how strong and fast Bruce Lee really was.
李小龙他就拍了4部半电影，那他这个你可以看到他这个 person 这个人的个性，在他的动作电影里面，你可以看到他的整个这个他个人的生活那一面和那个角色很接近的那些气质在里面。那么这可能就是他成功的一个主要的一个因素。但是我还是在不停的尝试，去把你自己和那个角色分开，因为我永远认为应当分开，因为你是扮演一个角色，就像我们扮演很多好人，或者在西方文化来讲说很多的英雄，但我一直在强调说我们不是英雄，我个人不是英雄，我只是扮演那个英雄，或者反过来讲，我扮演一些坏人。我并不是那个坏人，所以尽可能的要去学习怎么样把人、自我和那个电影分开。
Always a big fan of Bruce Lee. I believe in that style. I believe in that martial art philosophies. You know, I don't believe in. You know, I have to say when I used to study some of these, a lot of these Samuels and Jackie's films. You know, to me they were all great, classics. I learned a lot from them, but there was certain soul, and there was certain soul that was missing things that I saw in Bruce Lee's films. Certain little bit of personal finesse, flavors. I wanted to bring out the martial arts as a martial art actor, like what Bruce Lee did. I want to go full out and bringing that flavor out. So I was studying all their films and studying, how do I bring that flavor? And obviously I brought some like Ali Shovel and Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and the hands and everything, and the interpretation of the boxings. But actually it was nothing new. It was just I brought it, I sophisticated it a little bit more as far as the movement and the camera angles. But if you look back to Bruce Lee's time, Bruce Lee was hip. He had the soul when he moved. He wasn't just bump, bump, block, punch. He was like, moving, a little bit fake and a little bit here. Very rhythmic, very, he had a lot of tempo behind it, And I think a lot of Hong Kong guys, after Bruce Lee passed away, didn't really captivate that, They look at Bruce Lee, oh, it's great. But then they try to copy his very surface movement, like the nose, the scream, or strike a pose. But look beyond that, It was about rhythm. It was about tempo, the way he shuffled, the way he moved, the way that made very unique to the eyes. And with that in mind, you can take it to any level. You can use that as a period film interpretation or a modern interpretation. If you look at Once Upon a Time or Dragon Gate or Butterfly or whatever movements, I actually have the same principle, having the tempo, that soul, and striking different poses. It could be a period film poses, or it could be a modern, kickboxing poses. To me, they're all the same, It's how you interpret. I think There's a certain level of martial art acting, martial art performance on screen. You can be good, and you can be great. Being great, you can't just come into the picture and just being able to act good and throw 1-2 movements. You cannot. I refuse to believe that. I think, yes, there's technology today, you can CG, you can have all these special effects, but when it comes down to real feeling and emotions, physical ability is part of emotion too.
Bruce, as a screen tough guy, you're going to have to suffer what all movie heroes suffered. Challenges from exhibitionists and nuts asking you to fight, challenging you to fight. It's already begun to happen, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
How do you deal with it?
When I first learned martial arts, I too have challenged many established instructors. And of course, some other challenging me also. But what I have learned is that challenging means one thing, is that what is your reaction to it? How does it get you? Now, if you are secure within yourself, you treat it very, very, very lightly, because you ask yourself, am I really afraid of that man? Or is that man, do I have any doubt within me that he's going to get me? But if I do not have such doubt, and if I do not have such fear, I would certainly treat it very lightly, just as today the rain is going on strong, but tomorrow, maybe the sun is going to come out again. I mean, it's like that type of a thing.
Of course, they can't lose by challenging you. Even if they lose, they get the publicity of being a guy who actually fought.
Well, let's face it. I mean, in Hong Kong, can you have a fight? I mean, a no-hold-bar fight. Is it a legal thing? It isn't, is it? And to me, you see, a lot of things, I mean, like challenging and all that, I am the last to know. I am always the last to know, man. I mean, I always find out from newspapers, from reporters, before I personally realize what the hell is happening.
How much of your screen personality is really you? I mean, you teach martial arts, so you're obviously very good at it. But of course, teachers are not always the best exponents or practitioners. Are you able to take care of yourself, would you say?
I will answer it, first of all, with a joke, if you don't mind. Oftentimes people come up and say, hey Bruce, are you really that good? I said, well, if I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. But, all right, going back to be truthful with you, let's just put it this way. I have no fear of opponent in front of me, but I am very self-sufficient, that they do not bother me, and that should I fight, should I do anything, I have made up my mind, and that's it, baby. You better kill me before.
Bruce, in The Big Boss, you play a man who's very slow to anger.
Yes.
He's shy, diffident. You even stay out of fights in the early scenes because of a promise you made to your mother.
Yes.
Is that a little bit like you, or is this just a screen personality?
This is definitely a screen personality, because as a person, one thing that I have definitely learned, and my life, it seems like it's a life of self-examination and self-peeling of myself bit by bit, day by day, is that I do have a bad temper, a violent temper, in fact. So that is definitely, some people that I am portraying, not